for me, coming here has actually been like coming home, because when I discovered the breath work and the rebirthing, for weeks I went around just saying, why isn't everybody breathing? This is the most powerful, accessible, important tool that we have on the planet as far as transformation of a species and supporting a species in its process of evolution. But I moved away from it, and then I came back here and rediscovered the breathing from being facilitated myself with Judith. But when I watched Judith work with people just for those few minutes, it was the first time that I saw a breath worker that knew what they were doing. And I could actually see that now that there were people in the world, because Judith trains people, but now there are actually people in the world that have a better perception about what breath work is. And so it was almost like now I feel that I can return and continue my journey in the breathwork itself, because I feel that there are now facilitators in the world that I feel completely I can trust, and now I can actually, because I haven't, the transformational breath was the first breath working that I allowed to be associated with my work, because I knew breath work was important, but I wouldn't refer people to go to breath workers because of the experiences that I had. And I immediately connected with Judith. I immediately could feel the intent and the impeccability and of the integrity. And now I know that part of my work now, that the presence process really is done with the new edition out, that part of the work is done. But I think it's really important now that I communicate to the people who are doing the presence process that of the importance of the breath work, and that you can do the process and self-facilitate yourself and learn tools, responsive tools, but that it's extremely important also to enter the breath work and have facilitation from others. So I feel like I entered the breath work and the rebirthing, and I went away as a reaction and a response to my experience, and that part of the journey is done, and now I've come back again. And I feel I can come back and re-enter. So just watching Judith work with the two people that she worked with, I didn't even have to stay in the workshop, because I could see, finally, right? So that was it was very important for me to see that, because it's one thing being facilitated by someone, and I've had 3 sessions now with Judith, and it's wonderful being facilitated, but it was wonderful to sit there and watch someone work with somebody else, because you can't fake that. You can't put on a show. It's the real deal. It's either going to be done with impeccable integrity, or you'll feel that it's not in the right hands. So that's been a real highlight, and also my own returning to being breathed by somebody. It's been a long time. So I see that the two coming together actually enhance each other. So a transformational breath worker can now, whoever they're facilitating, can give them the presence process and say, these are tools for your life, right? And someone doing the presence process who starts to realize, wow, this emotional work is pretty intense, can now we can say, yes, but you can go and be facilitated. And so the two seem to be two parts. It's almost like a male and female side of it. So the presence process is a lot of mental, because it's an explaining and bringing insight and all of that, and then one can go directly into the transformational breathing, and actually go directly into the experience of it much deeper.